Welcome back to Tiny T Gaming. Today, I'm going to be talking about the Sisters of Battle and why I think they are a great faction within the 40k universe. Not just because they are extremely potent within the lore, but because they are a great all-female faction that offers a different side to the all-male Space Marines, both traitor and loyalist. Before I do though, please like and subscribe. The channel's grown so much with all of your support and it really means a lot. If you do enjoy this video, then give one of my others a try. So, getting into it. The Sisters of Battle first found their origins in the Age of Apostasy, when the insane Goj Vandaya was the head of the Administratum. He had gained complete control of the organisation through corruption and murder, thus taking the head of an organisation that at the time had near complete control of the Imperium. He heard of the world San Lior, where a convent of warrior women known as the Daughters of the Emperor were famed for their skill at arms, tricking them into serving him through the use of a Rosaria shield. They became the brides of the Emperor, armed and armoured with the very best the Imperium could offer mortal warriors. When all war had escalated during this dark age, an individual named Sebastian Thor had roused the Terran Crusade to oust Vandaya. In his madness, the latter eventually declared all Astartes traitor, and thus they finally took a side, joining the bloody assault on Terra in a typical drop pod attack. Where they would have expected to meet only Fraterus militia, instead these Astartes found themselves coming up against women armed with bolt guns and wearing power armour too, who fought viciously and gave no quarter, for they truly believed they fought in defence of the Emperor of Mankind. Thus the assault slowed and became bogged down, and so finally, with the situation becoming more dire, Centurion Longinus of the Custodes gathered Alicia Dominica and brought her before the Golden Throne. With her eyes opened to the reality of the situation, she slew Vandaya and thus ended the Reign of Blood. As the Administratum can have no man bearing arms, the Sisters of Battle bypass that law, being all female. Since then, they have become the Adeptus Sororitas, the Sisters of Battle. Known for faith, zeal, and battlefield victories, they have no issue taking battle to all manner of foes, most notably killing plenty of traitor Astartes when given the opportunity. Now, of course, they are not the equals of Space Marines, either loyalist or traitor, but as they are armoured in not just power armour, but faith, have numbers on their side too, when they do fight traitor Marines, they put in a really good showing, which is why I like the faction so much. It's good too to have an all-female faction, just as the Astartes are all-male. I feel it really balances out the setting and offers players another monastic and pious faction in power armour, with all of the varied artistry and novels that comes with. Now, one honourable mention. I like the book Hell's Reach, where the Order of the Argent Shroud are featured in the final stages of the Battle for Hell's Reach, where Grimaldus and his Black Templars have fought and lost plenty of their brothers and have now decided to fight a last stand at the religious site. Now, it is defended by the Sisters of Battle, and though the leader is old and hasn't worn power armour for years, she still dons her power armour, goes out, fights, and gets butchered by the orcs. It's this sense of their humanity that I really like, and how, even though they are effectively normal women who are just powered by faith, incredible training, and religious zeal, they do perform well and they go out and fight, and they always punch way above their weight in the lore. And I think that is what you want to see from a mortal faction who are trusted and bestowed with gifts by the Emperor, and their faith powers them effectively, because some of them have been sainted and they're living saints, and then whenever Saint Celestine arrives on the battlefield, she selects from the Sisters of Battle present to accompany her, and they sort of have this air about them that they are gifted by the Emperor and their actions do have support from him. And it's really good for me because it ties really well into the whole faith that the Emperor is a god in the setting, and he might not have been born one, but he has become one through acts of faith like those carried out by the Sisters of Battle. But that's just been my thoughts on the Sisters of Battle lore. I really would like to see more models and more novels brought out featuring them. I'm hoping they will soon. There has been some great books already, but it's always good to get more. I think it's really good for the 40k setting to have a different focus than just the Space Marines. I've said before, I think the Sisters of Battle and the Sisters of Silence are great factions, and it really helps balance out the setting to have these factions given more love and more attention. Plus, having more in-depth characters and more famous characters developed would be great, because it could really support stories about Saint Celestine or other saints that are at large within the wider Imperium. But hopefully these sorts of things happen, but you never know. It's doubtful, what with the way GameStop seem to smash the Ultramarines for every little bit of lore and models and everything in between, and art as well. So hopefully more media will come out. We are getting a animation of the Sisters of Battle again, and that will be great to see, because the previous Pariah Nexus animation was great, and I really enjoyed that, and all the animations that have come out have been enjoyable, and the Sister of Battle was really good to see, though she was slightly unhinged, but I think that's really good to show her humanity as well, that sort of thing. But if you've enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.